welcome back to another vlog. Don't know if it's going to be a weekly or fortnightly. I reckon there might be a weekly vlog this week because I've got quite a few little things to do, so I reckon there'll be a bit of content in this week anyway. So first of all, I want to finish sculpting the proboscis monkey. So it's really rough sketch, I guess, if you want to call it that, of the proboscis monkey. So I've got to add the eyes in. I've got the eyes here. So I've got to add the eyes in and then refine the sculpt, but I want to get the nose right. It's a little bit not how I want it just yet. It's getting there, it just needs a little bit more refining basically. So it's a little bit too like not proboscis monkey nose like, I guess. So yeah, I'll be working on that. So the hands I'm going to be doing out of Cos clay. I think I have black Cos clay. I have to go through my box and see what colors I have, but I'm pretty sure it's under there. I'm pretty sure I've got obviously the grey one. I've got obviously, yeah, the grey one from the Kickstarter. I think I've got beige and black, I'm not sure, but if I don't, I can always paint it and see how it turns out. I want to keep the grey for the secretary bird that I'm in the middle of making, or going to make, and also for the Shoebill commission as well. So I didn't actually use all that much for the Shoebill legs. I used probably like a quarter of a block, or a third of a block, I guess. I think I got a couple of greys anyway, but yeah, so I definitely want to make a start on that commission as well. I need to do, it just takes a really long time to make these Shoebills, so I was pretty reluctant to actually do it, but I just really like Shoebills, so I said that I would. So that, yeah, they take a long time, but I'll pick out some eyes. Like I said in my previous vlog, I'm going to go for a more yellowy toned eye for this Shoebill, so it's a little bit different. And I've still got most of the materials that I used for the first one. I just needed to order some more of these feathers because I used a lot of feathers, a lot of my grey in stock feathers, so I had to order some. And yeah, so I'm going to try and finish the proboscis monkey at some point in the next couple of days, and see how it turns out. It's coming along. I like doing primates because they're just totally different to wolves and stuff. So segue, my wolf. So I've got everything that needs to be, I've got my faux fur. I just need to cut out the faux fur pieces, and I need to paint up all of the pieces. So these are pretty much ready to be painted. I haven't done any work on the faux fur because I want to get this proboscis monkey sculpt done first, because the fur ends up going everywhere, and I don't want that fur inside the polymer clay. So I'll wait till I finish sculpting that. It's not that far off. I'll wait till I finish sculpting that before I do any more work on the wolf. The, what do you call it, hammerhead flying fox is also ready to sculpt as well. So I've got the feet, they're ready for paint, and I've got the body, which is ready to be cut out. I just have to wait for this lockdown to end again before I can go to the shops and buy some brown cotton fabric for the wings. So I have no idea when that's going to end. So it's supposed to be ending on the 3rd, but I don't like the chances of that. So I think that's pretty much sums up what's the plan for this week. I do want to do another watercolor, so another sunset watercolor for the pad that I'm working on. If you didn't see the last one that I did in my last vlog, well, the last two, so I did the sort of muted little sunset with the mountains and pine trees, and then on that one's going to be this month's Patreon printable, and then the original will go up in my shop exclusive for patrons. And then this is the other one that I did, so a really, really colourful one. Also, I think this one will be for July, printable, and obviously the original will be available. I really like the way this turned out here. I haven't really done sunsets with blue skies and clouds, so I really like the way that turned out. Just something completely different. And also palm trees I haven't done, so yeah, like the way that looked. So yeah, I'm just going to do a bit more mood board, I guess, study of sunsets, and pick out some colours that I like for the next one. Also I'm making some masks, so got this cool little fabric, which I'll just need to finish off and put the straps on and clean it up a little bit. And also, how can you not get a cat one as well? So and then I just repaired one of my other ones that I made because this was coming off. So yeah, that's the dealio with the masks. So yeah, a lot to do I think this week, but yeah, let's try and get as much as I can done, I guess. Update. So what have we done? So I wanted to give you a little update on the proboscis monkey that I've been sculpting. It's turning out pretty good, and I think I finished with the sculpt. I'm just like, I finished it yesterday, but I left it overnight so I could come back to it and see if I wanted to change anything. But I'm pretty happy with it. I've made the area where the faux fur goes on a little bit skinnier than normal, because when I apply the faux fur I want it to be a little bit longer so I can sort of style it, and it makes it look a bit more realistic when you sculpt things a little bit smaller, so to account for that fur that you're going to apply. So that's a little tip there. So sometimes that makes the actual sculpt look a bit weird, but once it all comes together it really brings it to life. So I did the same sort of thing with the gorilla doll. So with the head, because it got such a pronounced large head, so what I did was sculpt basically to a skull form, and made it a little bit smaller so I could style the peak with faux fur, and that worked really well. So yeah, I generally sculpt everything a bit smaller when the faux fur is gonna go, just so I can leave it a little bit longer and style it, unless it's really short. So things like the wolf, I'll sculpt it pretty much to scale, maybe a tiny bit smaller, because the fur is really quite thin on the rest of the face, and then it starts to get longer once you get to the main area. So but with things like the gorilla, like I said before, I sculpted it smaller so I could style the hair a little bit more. But yeah, anyway, this is my proboscis monkey that I've sculpted. So hide upon my face. So I've sculpted the ears as well, but that's mostly going to be covered with fur anyway, so I didn't put too much detail into them, but I put a little bit of detail. It's kind of hard to actually find pictures of proboscis monkey ears. And then it's that side. So it was kind of important to get this bit right, the mouth and the nose area right, because they have a different sort of mouth than like other primates, because the lower lip tends to come out a bit more than the top lip. So and it doesn't exactly touch the end of the nose from what I'm gathered, and it's like a little bit, it was important to get this little curve right as well, on the proboscis monkey, because then it ends up just looking like a sausage. Even though it looks like a sausage anyway. But yeah, there was a little bit of refining happening here, and I wanted to get this curve here as well, because it's not exactly flat on most of them from what I've seen on the pictures. So the back is really raw because I'm going to apply faux fur to that, and I'm going to leave it a bit longer, so the head's not exactly the right shape, but I'm going to style it a bit more with the fur, so it's going to come out a little bit more here. And then obviously the face here. So trying to look on camera, and I think it's good to look at things on like a different aspect. So I think I'm going to pull this bottom eyelid down a little bit because it seems a little bit smaller when I look at it on the camera. So I'll pull that down a little bit more. I don't know if I can do it now. But yeah, I think it's going to look really cool painted. But yeah, and it was important to try and get this brow right as well. I've made this brow a little bit smaller because, like I said, I'm going to be adding the faux fur, so I want the fur to come up. So it's going to come from here and then come up, and then I want the top to meet going that way. Like a bit of a flat, they got like a bit of a flat head that sort of is flat here, and then the fur sort of stems from that middle part, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to be obviously applying that faux fur, and yeah, I've made it a little bit smaller so I can trim it to size and get the, well, everything, all the dimensions and stuff right. Some of them have like a little bit of a bald spot here, so I might play around with that when it comes time for furring. But yeah, I think it's turned out pretty cool. I'm going to be doing the hands out of cosplay. Like I said, I still haven't looked to see if I have the right, if I have black, because they're these are their palms are black, so, but I can always paint a cosplay anyway and see how that turns out. So yeah, so this is ready to be baked. I'm going to be baking it in a minute, but I want to show you what it looked like before I bake it. Pretty happy with it. I haven't, so the fur is going to be applied through here. That's why it's a little bit thin. So I've made a little bit of a definition between the skin and the fur, so I know where to stop. And I've made some little markings. I don't know if this camera is picking it up, but some little fur markings just to see where it starts and what direction it is and stuff. I added a little bit of detailing to the end of the nose, including like little dots and stuff and wrinkles, and the wrinkles in between. Don't know if that pick up the wrinkles in between the eyes as well. So yeah, it's gonna look really cool painted and with all the fur applied. So yeah, it's exciting to get that done. I'm really enjoying doing different strange animals. So if you have a strange animal that you want me to make, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely add it to my list. I have a huge list of things, so obviously I picked one which was a proboscis monkey, but I think once I've sculpted this one, I've got, what was I doing? Oh yes, I'm doing the hammerhead bat after this one. Bit of a burp there. Which that will be interesting to sculpt because that mouth section is really odd. So it's going to be the same size as all my other bats or flying foxes that I've done. So like I said at the start, I've got the feet done for it. I just have to wait until my local craft store reopens, or we get out of lockdown, because we've got another week of lockdown because of Rona. So yeah, I have to wait to get some brown fabric for the wings. But yeah, I'll start sculpting, I reckon, in between things. I'm gonna start sculpting the Shoebill commission as well. So I picked out some eyes. So the eyes are this yellowy color, so that'll look really cool as yellow. And I've got some more reference images. So I kind of want to get the top of the jaw or the top of the beak sculpted before I bake this, so I can bake them together. So I'm going to be, where is it? I'm going to be sculpting the beak onto a little piece of aluminium foil, and just so it has, I can curve it over and have that hollow beak underneath. So I don't think it'll take me long to sculpt, but because I'm going to sculpt it and do it in a couple of parts anyway, because that's what you need to do with the Shoebill. It takes a long time to sculpt things. So yeah, I'm going to sculpt it on top of that, and then once I've sculpted that, I'm going to chuck them both in the oven, and then yeah, go from there. Start working on the rest of it once it's done. So I might try and do a watercolor as well, a sunset watercolor at some point. I don't know when, because I want to get this sculpting done. And yeah, so that's the plan. I wanted to give an update. I know I just rambled a fair bit, but yeah, I just wanted to give an update on what I've done. So I finished the proboscis monkey head. So I put it in the oven and it's nice and baked. So it's nice and hard, which is really good. Really happy with the way it turned out. So I can start working on the rest of it, which will be probably the hands. I'm not sure just yet, but possibly the hands. I'll have to just look at some reference images and have a look at the hands and see. It's probably the same sort of deal that I did with the Shoebill with the armature making, which you can check that out on my Patreon. It's up. But yeah, I'll probably do the same process, and I'll put that video over on my Patreon as well on how I did the hands. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Really like it. It's going to look really cool painted and finished. So yeah, really enjoying doing weird critters and stuff. So I'll have to attach the armature for it, but I'll wait until I do the hands, I think. So I want to get the hands the right proportions as well for the monkey, proboscis monkey. And yeah, pretty happy with the way that turned out. So this will be for sale. So it's not, I'm just making it, and if you're a patron you get early access to it, so keep an eye out for that. Or even shoot me a message on Patreon now if you want this. So yeah, shoot me a message or anything, but if not, it will go up on my Patreon only store when it's finished, and then once if none of my patrons purchase it, then it will go up for sale in my regular shop. So yes, really enjoying doing strange critters. Yeah, I really like doing something that's completely different from what I normally do as well. So anyway, that's the little update for the proboscis monkey. So the next one, I started working on the Shoebill commission. I'm just gonna sort of slowly do bits and pieces in between dolls, which the customer is fine about. I sort of said that because it took so long to finish the other one that I didn't want to feel too much pressure in getting it done quickly, because it's kind of doing the same thing over again. So yeah, I just wanted to do it like slowly. So I started on the top of the top bill. So I did a really basic sketch, if you say, of the bill with basic proportions. It still needs to be refined more. So because I wanted to get that hollow roof, what I did was sculpt it on top of the aluminium foil, so it gets that, so I can get that nice bend to it. And then what I'm going to do next is just finish the way the normal bill is. So I'm going to add a little bit more on this side just to get that curve, because it's not quite curvy enough. So I'm going to add a little bit more here. I'm happy with this curve. I need to add the detailing along the top here, and also the little hook thing that's on the end of the Shoebill. And then I'll have to sort of fix all this up as well. It's pretty smooth underneath, so I won't have to do too much. I just need to smooth it out, and then I can bake that again. And then once that's baked, I can make a start on the lower jaw again. So it'll be like that, and we'll see how that goes. After I do that, it's funny doing things the second time round, because then you feel like you can't do it properly. You can't do it as good as the first time. But yeah, so I think it'll turn out great. It's already starting to look like a Shoebill bill. So I'll do that at some point this week, and yeah, see how it goes. So that's a little update. I also wanted to give a little update on the Patreon as well. I've made a separate video, but I thought I'd give it a little shout out in my vlog as well. So I added a goal on my Patreon where we get to 25 patrons, and I'll do a giveaway for an art doll. So it'll be an art doll that's either in my store or something that I'll make. It'll only be like a resin type art doll, so it won't be like a one-off art doll with the polymer clay sculpt. They just take a really long time to make. So yeah, I thought either I could do something like an instantaneous doll would be something that's in my shop, or like a small resin doll as well. So that'll be the first prize. The second prize will be a print or a watercolor of your choice, and it'll be something that I've already done or it's in my shop that you can pick something, and yeah, either the original or a print. It's totally flexible with that. And then the third prize will be a sticker set. So it'll be the same deal as the watercolor. It'll be a sticker set of your choice. So you can pick something out of my shop, or a sticker set that you know. Like, I can send you pictures of sticker sets that I have, and then yeah, you can pick which sticker set you like. All free shipping, so no one has to pay for any shipping, and it is internationally available as well, so I have no problem sending it anywhere. So yeah, keep an eye out on my Patreon. If we're like close to 25, or if we hit 25 patrons, then I'll do the giveaway. And then yeah, I think every like 25 patrons I might do a giveaway or something. So the next one would be like 50 patrons. So yeah, check it out. The link is in the description down below, but hopefully we can do a giveaway. I've done them before, but I've just done them over my Instagram, and it was like a real weird there was like people making fake accounts and all that stuff. So yeah, I wanted to give something back to my patrons. So it'll be like 3 patrons that win first, second or third prizes. So yeah, check it out, and join if you would like to join and have a chance to get an art doll of mine. So yeah, anyway, I'll continue on. Welcome back to the rest of this fortnightly vlog. I originally thought that I was going to do just a weekly vlog because I had a lot to do, but I had to do some other things, so I didn't really get too much done. So I thought I'd just make that into a, oh, my battery's going to die. Sick. Alright, we're back. So what was I saying? I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, I only got a little bit of work done last week, so I thought I'd just make it into a fortnightly vlog. But so a couple of things. So I think I went on about the giveaway for my Patreon in my vlog, so I won't get into that. I don't even know where I left off. But yeah, I think I'm going to do, since I upgraded my computer, I had some custom fonts that were on my old computer that I don't have anymore. So it sort of prompted me to think of like just updating my brand, I guess, with like new fonts or something. So I had a look around on Adobe's font thing, and yeah, I'm just in the process of updating my fonts, because I think my font was a little bit I was using a font called, I don't know if you can see it, I was using a font called Boopy, which is this one, which I still like. It's just like plain to the point. It's got a little bit of funk to it, I guess. So I'm still going to use the same paw print stamp logo. I think that I like it. It's really simple and plain and people recognize it now. But yeah, I think I just might change the Boopy font and just playing around, having a look. But I think I found one that I like. It's a little bit more cursive, I guess, rather than the Boopy one. So you can't really use it as a small font, but it's called Adore You and it doesn't have any licensing problems or anything. It's on Adobe font thing, so I like the look of it. It's on a couple of my new videos, but yeah, I'll have to sort of rebrand like my website and stuff with the new font, which is fine, and just a couple of other things. So I'll need to do a new like care guide certificate thing. I'm running pretty low on them, and so I'll have to do a new one of them because that's like one of my first ones. It's not really, it needs to be updated, so I'll have to work on that at some point. And probably the business cards, I'll do some new business cards when I run out of these ones, because again they're quite old and it's got like details on the back. So I'm going to put my Patreon on the back of them, because this one doesn't have my Patreon, so, and they're quite oldish, I guess. So just a little bit of work around the branding, and just to, yeah, change it up a bit, make it a bit more updated, because I think that font's kind of looking a little bit old now. So there's that. Yeah, I think I'll wait to paint my proboscis monkey. So I had a look at the cosplay, and it turns out I only have beige and grey. So I'm not sure if I'm going to buy black cosplay. I'll see if a shop here called Barnes has it in stock, and I might be able to get it shipped here or something. But if not, I'm just going to use the grey and just paint it black, because I don't think it has too much of the issue with the paint, and it's only small. It's only a small area as well, so it's just the palm that's going to be visible. But I'll have another look at some reference images and see the exact color of the hands, if they would benefit from having a grey base, and then painting it black. So that's in the process. I do want to do another watercolor, so I have to do some scans of the watercolors that I've done so far, so they will be ready for my this month's printable. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then also been working on the Shoebill commission, so I got a fair bit of the top of the beak done in the last couple of days, but I've left it really rough because normally I'd smooth it out a bit more, but because of the nature of Shoebill bills, they're quite rough and textured, so I kind of left, I don't know how much you can see, but I kind of left pretty heavy texturing on here, so you can see, if it will focus, you can see like all of the indentations and texture that I've left on the bill. So I've done that on purpose, and yeah, so the nature of the shoe bills have like flaky bits on the bill, so I wanted to sort of capture that, and then I might be able to, when I go to paint the bill, I want to sort of skim over the top with some white and sort of touch on the raised bits, and it will look kind of peely, I guess. So that top of the first bill is done. So it's looking cool at the moment, so I'll need to do the bit on the bottom, which I'll do the same sort of way, I guess, that I did the first one, but yeah, it'll sort of go flush, I guess, so it can be opened, and then I'll bake that, and then once the two sides are baked, I can start working on the joint and also the top of the head. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be using different colored eyes just so it's a little different. So I'll be using those yellowy eyes. I also got a whole batch of feathers as well for the Shoebill, so that is ready to go. I need to get the faux fur from downstairs, but I'll do that once the sculpting's been done. So a fair bit of work. Also the wolf that I've been working on, still in the process of working on it. I cleaned up the eyes a little bit because I usually do pretty rough paint job when I use glass eyes. I'm not very careful just because you can clean it up and scrape the paint off. So yeah, I did that. So that's ready to be put together. I also painted the feet, so that's also ready to go. And then yeah, cut out the body pattern for that, so they need to be pinned together, and then I can sew them up in the sewing machine, which will be pretty cool to have a wolf doll in the making. And then yeah, it'll be available to my patrons first, and then in my shop. So yeah, a fair bit of planned work for this week, so I might see what I can actually get done. I wanted to do a little update for this week so far. Getting a bit done. So we had our shops open, so I went to my craft store and I got some brown fabric that I needed for the hammerhead fox wings, the hammerhead flying fox for the wings, because I didn't have any brown fabric. So I got 3 meters of it, and it's a nice brown fabric that I can add some different color to. But yeah, I'm thinking I'll definitely have some leftover fabric of this one, so I'm thinking of making like a couple of micro bats and putting them in my shop as well. So micro bats are like really tiny bats, so hopefully I'll make them, you know, life size, because I'm pretty sure their wings are brown. And yeah, so that might be like a small series because they're only small little things. So hopefully it wouldn't take too long to make. So yeah, that's the plan for the brown fabric, which is pretty cool. I also got some polyfill as well because I was running low on the polyfill. And yeah, so what I've been doing this week is I've been working on a new wolf doll. So you probably saw things on my vlog or Instagram or something. So I'm making a wolf doll. I don't often make fantasy things much anymore, so it'll be like pretty rare occurrence if I'm making something fantasy-ish. Yeah. Yes, sorry. So what I was saying is, yeah, I've been working on this wolf doll. So it's almost finished. It will be available to my patrons first. And I'm thinking, not next week, but the week after, we'll probably release it to the public, but whenever I finish it and take photos is when I'll release it to my patrons. So I'll let them know over on my Patreon when it's actually going up, and then you'll get a password for the Patreon area in my shop where you can go in and find that doll and purchase it the same way. So you just need a password to get into that shop section. So I'll show you so far. So I just finished sewing it up, and yeah, I'll have to trim it a little bit. So I did black underneath, and it's got like a nice red fur with black tips. So what I'm going to do is trim a lot of this so it actually looks like legs and not something fluffy. It's looking a bit too chunky at the moment for a wolf, but once I trim everything it'll start taking shape a bit better. And then for the face, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is have like black around here. I'm going to have black ears and white inserts, just like kind of like what I normally do for my fantasy things. So I'm thinking of having some white underneath the eyes here with the black things that I usually put there. And then I'm thinking red for the rest of the face, and then it slowly sort of blends into black once it gets to the black bits that I put on there. So not far off. I need to do the feet obviously, and then after I trim it I'll see what I feel like doing, because I'm thinking of putting some stripes on it down the back, like kind of V-ish stripes. But we'll see. Once I trim it, we'll see what it looks like and see if I still want to do it. But yeah, so that one is upcoming. It's pretty solid doll as well. So it's got a pretty heavy ball and socket armature inside of it. So yeah, hopefully it turns out well. So that one will be up on my Patreon soon. Shoebill commission update. So I've been working on the commission for the Shoebill as well in between things. So just been working on the jaw. So I've pretty much got the jaw finished. So what I'm going to do now is sculpt the actual face bits of it. And then I'll have to fiddle around with the joint, that movable joint as well, and start putting it all together. I also did the inside as well, so same deal that I did with the last one. I'll have to paint these. So once I finish sculpting the head bit, or this bit here, I'm gonna paint it and then attach the joint. So yeah, it's getting there. And then that'll be probably ready to put together. I'll have to start making the legs as well, so I'm doing that out of Cos clay. So it'll pretty much be the same deal as the last Shoebill as well. So yeah, but liking the shape of this face as well. I'm trying to do different things on this one, so it's not exactly the same as the first one. And as you can see, I said before that I've left it really rough as well, because I want that texture, that rough texture on the bill, because Shoebill bills just are not smooth. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Good progress, I think. So hopefully it'll work the same way as the old Shoebill, the other Shoebill that I made. So that is the progress on that. The progress on the Proboscis monkey is I've primed the face area. So I've primed all this area, so it's ready for paint. Primed the ears, attached the armature, so that's ready to go. I'm just gonna have a stronger armature for the spine, so it's going to be the middle size for the spine. And for the arms, I think I'm going to use either wire or just the smaller armature. I'll see what it looks like, because for the hands I've got to make a an armature inside out of the really thin wire, so it might work better with a wire armature for the arms and legs, but I just want to make sure it can support the rest of the doll. So I'll just have to sort of play around with that. but it's coming along nicely. So when I make the Shoebill leg armature, I'll also make the armatures for the hands for the proboscis monkey too. But in the meantime, I can start painting the face bit, which is gonna really bring it to life, I think. It's sort of like a nice pinky skin, I guess, like a pinky peach skin. So that'll look really cool once it's painted. I'll probably have to mix up some paint, like some custom paint for that, to make sure I've got the right color. But yeah, everything's coming together, and yeah, really want to get these finished. So I have so much that I want to make. So yeah, hopefully the Shoebill won't take as long this time, because I know what I'm doing and I know I've, you know, figured out the process the first time, so I won't have to do a whole bunch of different experiments on it. And yeah, so that's the plan for the rest of the week. And yeah, I'll catch up with you probably at the end of the video. End the vlog for today. So I got a fair bit done on the Shoebill and also the wolf that I'm currently making. It's I don't know if you can see it in the background there. So I've applied all the faux fur to the face, and I just need to give the body and the head an all over trim, and then I can finish it off. I need to do apply some fur to the feet, and also just any little patterns and stuff and refining. So I'm thinking maybe next week it will be done. It will be up for sale. So yeah, I'll definitely finish it this week, because the rest of the work doesn't take very long. And then I'll have to do some photos and edit them, and then it'll go up on my Patreon. So it'll be for sale on my Patreon for a few days beforehand, and then it will go up in my shop probably next week. And yeah, I have a sculpting video so coming up on Friday. So the sculpting video is going to be how I sculpted the proboscis monkey head. So that will be going up on Friday, and I'll have a printable going up on my Patreon on Sunday this week. So I'll have a video for that going up on my YouTube as well, on how I painted it. Shoebill update. So I've done a lot of the sculpting for the head. It's a little bit bigger than the last one. It's got a different face shape as well, so it's like a little bit angry on there, and then that's the side view. When it's covered with faux fur, I have to sort of re-sculpt all of the details anyway. But yeah, it's turning out all right. I'll have to do the joint and the bottom bit now, so I can have the movable jaw. I'm trying to make it not too heavy. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It just looks like a different Shoebill than the first one that I did, so that's good. That's what I was after. But yeah, it's taken a lot less time to do this one than that first one, because there was just a lot of playing around with that first one. But now that I know what I'm doing, yeah, it's a lot faster. It's a little bit heavier because it's a little bit bigger than the last one, but yeah, the armature will be fine to support that anyway. I might just use the bigger armature for this one, but yeah, I'll work it out. So yeah, I'll need to do the lower jaw bit here, so I just wanted to put this in the oven first so it's nice and hard and secure, and then I can start working on the bottom bit here. And yeah, I think it'll turn out well, so I want to sort of integrate that. There's not really that much more to do. I just wanted, there's this little bit that needs to be done here to sort of make it the Shoebill, and I need to sort of pronounce this a little bit more, but I think I might do that with the faux fur that I add anyway. So yeah, I sort of need to do that bit there. But yeah, it's coming along, and I don't think it's all that far off from being finished, which is good. I did a little bit of sketching as well of Shoebill heads. just some really quick sketches, but I might refine them and maybe make them into stickers. I want to do like big ones too, so yeah, I'll play around, see what happens. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I plan to start working on the hands for the proboscis monkey as well, which will be done at a Cosplay, and at the same time I'm going to be doing the feet or the legs for the Shoebill as well. So yeah, a little bit to do, and then I can start working on the hammerhead bat as well. So it just depends what's finished and what's not, and I want to do it watercolor. But anyway, so that's pretty much a little summary for this fortnight. But yeah, anyway, thanks to my patrons for supporting me. We're getting closer to that giveaway, so I'm going to give away a doll. I'm thinking it's going to be the fox one in the background, which is there. Thinking I'm going to give away that one. And yeah, so when we reach 25 patrons on my Patreon, then I'm going to give away a doll, and I'm going to give away a watercolor and a sticker set. So there'll be three prizes to win. So yeah, we're pretty close. We need a couple more patrons to actually reach that, and then I can do the giveaway. And yeah, but yep, link is in the description for the patron if you're interested in something like that. You also get access to all my tutorials and stuff and printables, etc., which yeah, you get access to. Anyway, yeah, you can check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Creatures of Nat, and I'm still working at the TikTok. And yeah, my shop, creaturesofnat.com, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.